Coffee at Vista Coffee Roasters. The most amazing cup of coffee, or in my case, cappuccino.
I almost feel like it's too high quality.
Right?
Oh, that's interesting. It's only going to point up,
I know.
which is fine if it's looking at you.
So if you do it like that. I wonder if because I have it like that, it's up like that.
No, I don't think that makes a difference.
So you pour your tea. Sunday morning. It's actually kind of relaxed. I wonder. This would be a really great ticket for an Uber driver who wants to find a place that's comfortable to go hang out.
A place to relax after he's been driving since 4 a.m.
No. Oh yeah. That's right, because you're done for the day, right? So.
Well, not necessarily done for the day. It could be taking a break.
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah, because that's what I would do. All right. Thank you. So there's a croissant with. Where is it? There's a croissant with bacon, and there's a bruschetta. And it looks like we just beat the crowd because the crowd is showing up now. Is there any egg on yours? I don't know what. Mmm. Very fluffy.
It's not very Italian.
So I guess the question one would have here is if you would call this a cool hipster place, or it's just pretentious hipster place, or if it's just a cool place, period. Nice, comfortable place. The tea, by the way, is really good. There's nothing tea goes down smooth.
Let me show you the picture. I had a present in San Antonio, and we went to Austin to see the
This croissant is $8, which is actually not bad considering how big it is and you compare it to Starbucks products.
middle of nowhere.
Well, even though it's downtown, it lives a little bit off the beaten path. So, you do get to park. You get the parking spot. The croissant's very fluffy. You see the machine back there? They roast their coffee here. It's a big fat machine. tables and how many are? Crowd seems to have one flavor so far. Crowd seems to have one flavor so far. They only opened at 4.
That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's not the type of place you go to for dinner.
They do have items that are not breakfast items. Like you could have at 3 p.m.
And that's the last time of the day that you would drink coffee, because that's when you get tired. At like 3 p.m.
Oh yeah. Well. Oh, that's an iced coffee. Oh.
It's a cold brew.
Yeah, I don't know why. I thought you were gonna get a hot coffee.
Yeah, I still would have gone there black either way.
So, being early in the morning, it is a little nippy out there. Not cold, but you know, a little windy. How do you decide on a morning like this? If you're gonna have iced coffee or hot coffee, or as you call it, a cold brew.
I don't make rational decisions.
So did you know when we were driving this way that you were gonna go for a cold brew?
No.
Was it the item menu that interested you? Or you just said, I don't really want a hot
You know,
drink?
I think I was curious, because like, black coffee, I already know what good black coffee tastes like, and I know what bad black coffee tastes like. So I was like, eh. But I've never had a really good cold brew before. Like when Starbucks introduced their cold brew, it was disgusting. It was like the worst thing I ever had from Starbucks.
But what's the difference between a cold brew and an iced coffee?
Well, an iced coffee, they make it just like they make regular coffee. They make it hot.
And then you just add ice.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how a cold brew works, but they make it cold. I guess.
Yeah, how the hell do you brew something in a cold way? Did we miss something?
But
There's still a lack of color. I don't know. Wouldn't it be funny if everybody was here with actually here for a meeting? Everybody's really here for a meeting at the locals chapter of the organization.
it's the Freemasons.
Did they not tell the other colors that this goes with this?
You're gonna lose not into coffee.
You know, that actually really is a possibility.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think I know any black people that are interested in coffee.
I don't either. But when you go to Starbucks, see, if you would have ordered a coffee with a nice, it would have had a nice swirl to it.
No, because you have to put cream in it.
Right, and you're never going to put cream in it.
I would never destroy my coffee like that.
So coffee is best served black.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. But if you serve it black, then it's like basically 0 calories, which I don't care about.
Oh wow.
But it's like 5 calories or something for a cup of coffee. I just feel better when I don't eat that much dairy.
What time is it? Because it looks like
8:37.
we got here not too soon after it opened.
Yeah, it filled up pretty quickly.
So everybody knew about it just so we beat the crowd because we got here like at 8:20, 8:15. Oh, you know what a possibility? Could be people that live in those apartment communities, those luxury condos. Because those people would know exactly where to go. If you live around the area, you pretty much explored everything by now.
And there's always people who like local places.
So the hot tea I'm drinking is Dion Honggang Fu, which I asked her to repeat, but I didn't understand her the second time either. And she was basically like organic black. And I actually thought she said red.
I did. She said black red.
Why did she say black red?
Oh, I don't know what that means, but because there's no such thing as red tea.
Right. Oh, she's finally done. She was here a while. She was the first one here. She's got a serious tattoo on her shoulder. So he's doing an, you think it's actually Working or just hanging out? This is like the perfect place because you're not pressured because there's enough seats.
Yeah,
There really is
that
enough
was work
seats.
related. I like doing stuff in coffee shops.
Well, this is a place to do it.
Yeah.
If you sat at that counter over there, you wouldn't be bothering. You wouldn't be bothering anybody.
Yeah, at UNR I would always read books at the Starbucks.
Was it pretty empty?
No, it was usually pretty busy. And now it's worse. They,
Did you say it was a huge Starbucks?
Oh yeah, it's the biggest Starbucks this side of the Mississippi in a college campus.
Holy Toledo!
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true.
Wowzers!
But it makes sense because it's pretty big. And they actually expanded it recently. They remodeled, and right next to it there was a Kiva Juice. And they took the space for the Kiva Juice and added it to their Starbucks.
Oh, what a bummer!
It's like, what the heck? No more Kiva Juice. Yeah. I never went to Kiva Juice, which I guess is why they left. But
Is that just like any other tropical smoothie or whatever, or is it just
it's a little different.
healthy juices? No smoothies, just healthy juices.
I think they do smoothies. They also did, if I remember correctly, they would also do boba tea.
Oh, there's a place like that here. It's just bobo tea or boba, whatever. I don't know. Haven't been in it.
I've been to a boba place once. It's not bad. But it's also not something I'm that interested in.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, the crowd is getting a little bigger. Now, she saw the video recorder. You think she's gonna go tell somebody? I guess not.
And then they say something and you're like, I'm in the ethos.
Well, I think this tea kind of snuck up on me because I think it has caffeine.
I think most tea has caffeine, but it's a small amount.
Well, they always say caffeine free on those places. On some of those tea bags that you buy, it says caffeine free.
Yeah.
And I believe if it's organic, it probably has even more tea than you think. That's a guess. I don't base that on anything. Interestingly, for a height of the wave place, it does have a steady crowd. And I would imagine that on a weekday, it is probably packed. Well, I will be going on Yelp and saying that the croissant was definitely worth the kudos that it received.
Oh, no. Where did you hear about this place?
I just did a Google search. The Google search was the coolest coffee places in Las Vegas. And there was actually, I think like the second review was like a 1 star. and then like everybody else was 4 to 5 stars.
There's always that one guy
Yeah, and I forget what the heck he was saying. And the weirdest thing about Yelp, you go down the page, the next thing you know, you're on a different, you're looking at a different restaurant. How the hell does that happen? I scroll down the page, next thing you know, and I had to kind of beware because I was looking at reviews from somewhere else.
I'd have to see what you were looking at to see how you got there.
I didn't do anything weird. By the way, the bathrooms. There's a question on the Yelp, and it says there's a bunch of questions, and it'll say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You know, like when you're reviewing a hotel and it says Wi-Fi yes or Wi-Fi no. Matter of fact, I think this place has Wi-Fi, but I did not. Oh, the Wi-Fi is Goddess. See if you can find it. And then type Goddess. Goddess. Is it in all caps? Yeah, that's in all caps. I don't know if it's supposed to be in all caps.
So I have to go on. That's the contact us.
Oh, do you have to register?
I don't know. Because there's a guest Wi-Fi and then there's a regular.
Yeah.
And the regular is the one that has the password.
It says Wi-Fi duplicate. I would imagine she's supposed to do the guest, right? But the guest has no. It says Wi-Fi duplicate under the title. I think you're supposed to do guest.
But I didn't need a password for it. Well, it's fast.
It work?
Yeah.
Did you actually try a website?
Yeah.
Oh. It's fast? Is that what you said? So, I was gonna say, you go to the bathrooms, and it's really interesting because that's actually the best way to do it. They just say gender neutral.
And it's like you go in and it's just one bathroom.
Yeah, it's one bathroom. Yeah.
If that's how your bathrooms are, then that makes more sense.
Right.
Probably. Although I can understand women wanting their own bathroom, thinking that men are gonna be messy or something like that.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I thought of that on the way out. I left the seat up. And I didn't do that on purpose. I just noticed that the seat was up. I had lifted up. And I'm washing my hands and I'm thinking, are there any rules for going to the bathroom publicly in a gender neutral bathroom? Should a man put the seat down? Or because it's gender neutral, so he just assumed, hey, the next person has their own responsibilities.
Well, when you think about it, your bathroom at home is gender neutral, and your wife will complain if you leave the seat up.
But is it really gender neutral if it's in the family?
And my thought is, why don't they leave the seat up?
Well,
They should leave the seat up for us.
you would almost think that the seat should start with the seat up. But that begs the question, is there a difference between gender neutral and family bathroom? Because I would be more inclined to put the seat down if it said family bathroom. By the way, in some places do. Who was it? Walmart or not Walmart? I might have been Target.
I feel like it's Kmart.
No, Kmart's dead.
They still have Kmarts.
No, they don't.
They don't? But when they did,
No, I'm talking about just a few days ago.
just a few days ago.
Maybe even yesterday. I saw it said men and it said women, and there was one in the middle that said family.
Well, usually when they do that, then the family restroom is just one toilet.
And you have a thing for changing diapers?
Yeah. And then the other restrooms are like multiple stalls.
Well, I would feel discriminated against if I had a kid and I went into a men's bathroom to change the diaper of my son, and it turned out I didn't have that ability to do that.
No, they would have it. They would have it in there too. But it's just that if you're like if you're a man and you have a daughter and you're not with your wife and you just want to bring your daughter into the restroom, you might not want to use the men's room. You might want to use the family restroom.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect. You notice the chatter level went a few decibels up quite dramatically. Ow.
And you'll notice there's a lot of reflective surfaces. You have this wall.
Yeah.
You have the floor is concrete. The ceiling is some kind of padded material. So that's usually reversed. Usually the ceiling is reflective and the floor is carpet.
Look, you can actually buy t-shirts.
Very hipster.
So, Vesta Coffee Roasters on Casino Center Boulevard in Las Vegas gets an A+. I don't think I've had a better truffle bread. It was very light. It was flaky without just falling apart. The tea was pretty good. I didn't need a refill. I don't typically want to get a refill if it's got a serious amount of caffeine. And that is what going to Vesta Coffee Roasters is all about. The Yelp reviews definitely were spot on. You're getting a voicemail from your employer?
No. Listen to some music that we were working on. Because I don't remember what we did.
Why don't you remember what you did? Were you guys drunk? How are you guys going to market your music? I mean,
Ironically,
how does a person find your...
Ironically, performing is the best way to market your music.
But how does a person on YouTube get people to know how to find their channel? Only because they meet you? And they say, hey, visit my channel? You don't just go to
No,
YouTube
you
looking
just-
for a certain person's channel.
That's true, but the algorithm, you have to work within the algorithm. So you make, you give your video a certain title and you use certain hashtags, and then you use a thumbnail that looks interesting.
Because you're trying to...
Suggestive.
And so what's going to happen is when a person searches for something in particular that might be related to you guys, they'll find you.
Yeah, and they might find themselves on autoplay on YouTube, and it just throws your video in there.
But that has nothing to do with being shadow banned. Like, if you're shadow banned, you can still type in the search and find the person.
Yeah.
It's when they don't recommend you.
Yeah. Although I feel like YouTube actually doesn't shadow ban. I've never heard of shadow banning on YouTube.
So it's mostly Twitter.
I think, yeah, and Facebook.
Facebook shadow bans?
Yeah.
I thought they just suspended.
No, they shadow ban.
Because they also do the same thing, they do recommendations.
Sort of. I mean,
Oh, you're right. If I belong to a group or if I join a group, it'll say other groups you might like.
but it's also, this is the main part of shadow banning. It's like you follow a certain person but they're shadow banned, so you end up seeing very few of their tweets.
No more tea. No more truffles. And no more whatever that is. What was it again?
What was it? Oh, bruschetta toast.
Bruschetta toast. It was just a bunch of tiny little vegetables?
Yes.
Was it good? Why would you not do eggs? Why do you not eat eggs? You and your mother don't eat eggs for breakfast.
I do eat eggs, but eggs are kind of boring.
That wasn't boring on my truffle.
Well, it's a sandwich, yeah.
You're just talking about eggs in general by themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody does that except for that place we went to in Carson City. I still don't know what the heck she made. Was it poached or steamed? Was that the same thing? Or was it? I don't know what the heck it was, but she said we don't fry eggs here.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that was poached.
and she gave me a look like, "How dare you even ask?" It's almost like if kind of the same thing as you're being hired by an employer and you ask what the hours are and the guy says 9 to 5, and then you say something like, so there's never any change of hours, right? It's always 9 to 5 exactly. And the employer looks at you and says, well, we're not clock watchers here. We don't worry about the clock. I think that's similar to saying, yeah, we don't fry eggs here.
It's the same spirit.
But the good thing about it is you can come here on your own. If I'm doing any Uber driving, I can park myself on any one of those counters. Alright, so you're ready? Or what's the deal?
When do you finish it?
Oh. But I should ask for more hot water. Nope. So, you know, I made eye contact with her. But that wasn't enough. Not even sure I should get more hot water.
Hey.
That's a new style. That's a new style. It's gonna cut down. Leaving the tag on your seat.
Yeah, I don't know about that.